Assignment 5 is practicing editing shapes in Animate. So all we're doing is changing the shape. So this first file that I provided is changing the square into a circle. And we're using your selection tool. So we have where I'm clicking the regular selection tool, and if I click and hold, there's a sub-selection tool. For the square to circle, we're just using the selection tool. Notice if I move the selection tool towards the edge, I have a rounded line appearing below it. And if I move it to the corner, there's a corner showing below the arrow. All you have to do is hover the tool in place where you want to make the change and then click and drag to adjust. So all we're doing here is adjusting this shape. The whole idea is if you're not comfortable drawing exactly what you want, you can start with a pre-created shape and edit it to become what you would like. Okay. One frame in the timeline. It's the original keyframe I gave you with the square. Let's undo this again and go back to the beginning. I'm going to take my sub-selection tool just for demonstrating. I'm going to click on the edge. When I clicked on that outer line or stroke, it highlights the anchor points that form the shape. There's one in each corner. It's a square. There's 4 anchor points. Okay. When I edit the shape, I should end up with my new shape, but still have the same number of anchor points. And you just keep adjusting till you get it approximately where you want it. Okay. All right, let's take that sub-selection tool again and just click on the outside and look at that. There's still only 4 anchor points. Next, we're going to change a circle to a heart. Oh, let me get back to my original shape here. There is my circle. And let's use the sub-selection tool to click on the edge. And notice we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 anchor points form that circle. Now this time I said you can use your selection tool and again hover at the edges and you're going to form a heart, but you also could use your sub-selection tool, which allows you to actually click and undo that, click on an anchor point and then drag it to help reshape. So you can use either tool and you just keep making your adjustments until the shape is what you want. And these things sticking out here are called handles. So you can, of course, click on an anchor point to get those handles to appear, and then click and drag those handles to adjust the arc or angle between the anchor points. So we'd keep changing, but let's just click off for a moment, click back on. The heart is not done, but notice it's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have not added any additional anchor points. All you're doing is moving the placement of your anchor points to create the shape. That's the whole intention of this assignment. You are reshaping. And once you get your shape the way you want it to look, you can save it. Everyone's heart is not going to necessarily look the same. Oh, I feel like I'm creating a jaw down here. But you will just make your adjustments to create the shape of a heart that you want. All right, good enough for the moment. Save and submit. Square to circle, make sure you keep the same number of anchor points, and circle to heart.